All right, good there. Now, what did we do yesterday for Tesla's stop? Let's see. Did I even alert Tesla? Yeah. Okay. TSLL stop at 1520. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's way down there. Okay. Got a ways to go. Got some padding here. All right. Gonna go live on TikTok too now. Hello, hello. Testing, testing. The volume is a little bit low on. Whoops, mute on TikTok. Let's see if I can get the volume up a little bit. Settings. Audio. No, that's not the right screen. Okay, it must be this little button. Audio mixer. There we go. Okay. Input volume. No, it's all the way up. Adjust noise suppression, down mix to mono, audio monitoring. It's all the way up. Testing, testing. All right, well, I guess it's just kind of low. That's all right. Okay, go live. Good morning, Daniel and Marcus. SP, let's see. Okay, that's a buyout. Morning, Marcus. You guys got a ORTX? That's up 100% this morning. Position alerted on Monday. So if you put 5,000 into that, you now have 10. All right. Okay, we are live. So Grom, we're looking at. Grom seems okay. And then ICCM is just simply moving. Decent movement, but you should be a little bit careful with that one. Pretty volatile. Grom, best looking. Got some potential. Could go to 4, could go to 14. As I mentioned in the hot stocks today room. And what else was I going to say? So, but let's take a look at the market really quick. That would be clean and basic. No, single. There we go. Okay, yesterday was a good day. Let me pull it up over here as well. The Qs, the growth market is just so much stronger than the rest of the market. S&P 500, value, and industrials mixed in, defensives mixed in with the S&P 500. But growth specifically, which is where you do get the most returns, are so much more bullish than the rest. See, you can tell by this lower low comparison between S&P 500 right here and between the Qs. Look at that. I mean, it's so obvious. Hopefully that helps some of you learn about relative strength and how to measure it. If you haven't really, picked that up yet, well, that's super obvious. So anyway, though, yeah, this bounce here at this prior resistance level, is semi-positive. I don't mind if it goes a little lower, and it might do that over the next week or 2 or 3. But yesterday was very constructive type of day. After a lot of wild movement, yesterday is the first day that really kind of put it together into a nice looking little pattern there. You can see that on a mini basis, sort of the higher low going on there on that bounce at support, double bottom there. And since it's a higher low, that's positive. And then yesterday, green all day, up and over even the open. Of course, it opened higher than the prior day's close and low, but it got over to even the open, and it just barely made it above the prior day's high, which would have been outstanding because that would have become a reversal. But it closed so strong yesterday that today we have a chance of doing that today. That could kick off a move to test this 363 level on the QQQs, and then potential gap fill to 365. So that's in the cards today. But it could become something that happens tomorrow because there was a negative reaction to some jobs and economic numbers this morning. And let's see if I can pull that up. Where's my 4 up? There it is. And you can see that drop off there just sort of killed some of the flow, some of the vibe on the market. Quite a steep drop off at 8:30 right here. And I don't know if that's going to continue. We'll see. If it breaks that low down there, then that's a continued downtrend. So we'll see. So that could kill what's going on. But in the cards today is breaking Tuesday's high, or even yesterday's high. All of those would be good for momentum and bullishness and bullish sentiment on the market. But I still think we're in a rough spot here. And everything's going to be rough. Like even this last rally right here, you can see it was just like up. We get a positive day, and the next day gaps open, pulls back, sign of a island top reversal, and then it continues, and then it has a horrible down day, and then it continues, and then it reclaims, and then dojis the next day, and then hugely retraces and comes over the top of that panic day, and then little tiny day, island top reversal, and little tiny day, and then down, and finally breaks a lower low, and then gaps down. I mean, it's just it's all over the map. So it's very hard to trade and to put trades on. Of course, it's very easy to put trades on, but it's very hard to make money. Have conviction enough to bet with size on a market like this right now. So, but this is probably in the region of a low currently. And, you just got to tread carefully, watch your capital, and only get in quality. Just focus on quality. Let quality keep you out of the market. If quality isn't triggering, there's no trades looking good on anything of quality, just stay out of it. Unless you're going to high frequency trade, which is about all you can do, which is basically like betting on jumping fleas in an alleyway. So who's going to jump the highest or something? So let's look at though what we have on the roster today. We got Grom, which is currently doing okay. It's got a little leg up right now, intraday, pre-market. GROM, that could move all the way to $4 today possibly, or on a swing here. And then there's even potential for Grom to get all the way up to $14. So Grom has a lot of potential, but will it do it? The quality of this market says kind of no. Probabilities are no, but it doesn't eliminate it as an okay opportunity because the average volume is decent. It's above a dollar, so it's getting into good price ranges again. ICCM at 94 cents. It went from 81 cents to $1.10 roughly in pre-market. So it's got some potential. It's 50% pulled back. That's an okay spot to hold. However, it does mean it's below VWAP right now, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's below VWAP right now. So that's not super duper. That means people are underwater, is what that means. And so they'll be looking to sell when it returns back to their original price. Some of them, enough that it causes resistance. And but if we can find enough demand, maybe after the market opens in 12 minutes here on ICCM, perhaps it'll push all the way back up to that 110 level in pre-market, pop, and move to 130, 140. There could be some movement there to be had and to be made and to be profited from on ICCM. Tesla moving like the market, very similar. We got into some Tesla yesterday. It's nowhere near the stop right now of the low of the day yesterday. So we've got some padding to see how it plays out. But if it starts to deteriorate, you've got options. I mean, not literal options. You can just choose to de-risk, choose to hold, wait for your stop, get all out. You got options. One thing you don't want to do is add more risk in a shitty market when things are moving down. Don't do that. Sometimes it's good to get in. Hey, Jackson. Which Jackson is this? Jackson. That's a different Jackson. Oh, right on, though. Hello, Jackson. Jackson Suarez. Where are you at, Jackson Suarez? Where's everybody watching from? I'm curious. Let's call out some different locations here. Miami, nice. All right. I'm over in the Bahamas. I'm very close. I am like a 45-minute flight from you. New Jersey, awesome. Connecticut, I love it. What part? San Antonio, beautiful River Walk, love it. I was just watching the River Walk live this morning. A TikToker is always walking the River Walk there. It's beautiful. What's TPA? Is that supposed to be Tampa? All right, maybe that's supposed to be Tampa. New Haven. Oh, all right. I must have told you that's where I went to preschool, kindergarten. What was that? My chair like farted. Halifax. Where is that? New Mexico or something? Halifax. Why does that sound so familiar? Halifax, California? New Mexico? I'm not sure. Dennis. Florida gang. Yeah, Tampa. Yeah, good morning. Boulder, Colorado. Wonderful. Canada? Yeah, we can get a shout out for Canada. Canada, way to go. 300 of Boston or something. You were trying to say something of Boston. 300 miles. Got it. I figured it out. 300 miles northeast of, but you already knew I wasn't going to understand what the fuck you said and typed miles for me. The whole thing again. That's wonderful. My idiosyncrasies. What the fuck am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is I should have married you, Dennis. You understand me. We're simpatico. Nova Scotia, all right. And Maryland. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, we got, what do we got here? We got, what's the time? Just want to stay on top of this. Where's the fucking time? All right, 9 minutes. No, we don't want that. No, definitely not. Apple, please. Apple only has like a 2% ADR. It's not a great stock to trade, so or swing trade. So I'm guessing you're asking if Apple's a good investment at this point, and yes, it is. But if you're looking for something good to trade, in and out in a couple of days or weeks, or months. Yeah, Apple wouldn't be it. Too slow. Too slow. But we are looking at GROM and ICCM this morning, and I'm keeping a look at our hot list here, see if anything else comes up. I mean, we've been looking at FEMI, which is extremely wild. You could trade FEMI today, but you absolutely got to do it on HFT, high frequency trading setup, and you got to know what you're doing. But FEMI is a wild, crazy, extremely high ADR stock, and to trade. And then it's just coin flipping all over the place. It's anybody's guess which way it's going to go at any moment. So you'd have to have a super fast system to stay ahead of basically everybody else. And I can recommend a good system if you send me a private message and you wanted that. But you should already know what system that is when you're ready to do that kind of trading. But if you want to just learn without risking your money, though, is what I would recommend there. Send me a private message and I'll give you all kinds of ideas of what you could do. VVOS, we are also kind of following VVOS. I've seen VFS moving around lately. Not much else this morning. ZOM, EBET, Maya, but nothing of real quality. Not a lot of quality out there, which is a sign, I believe, that this good day that we had yesterday didn't convert to follow through. Today we would have been hoping for some follow through. We're already not getting that in pre-market because of the jobs data. Tomorrow there's going to be some more jobs data released. Do you think shorting Rivian? Look, I've done and do plenty of shorting, and but I can tell you that you don't need to short. You make more money staying out of the market when you want to be shorting and preserving your capital and waiting for longing. It's just because the asymmetry between shorting and longing, and when you short something, it's subject to such high volatility that it causes a very high Sortino ratio and Sharpe ratio. It creates high risk, a lot of volatility. The volatility goes up when things are bleeding out. So you can short things, but you've got to know kind of like what you're shorting. Like it's going to have some gigantic prevailing negativity about it. Gigantic prevailing negativity. So you're talking about like Budweiser. Even Disney's not even a great short, but like Disney, anything that's under, or I don't know, we had like this massive like Viacom short like 2 years ago. I mean, those are good shorts. But don't just like go short on something because it's, not going up and it's kind of going down. That's just not worth the drawdown risk. Rivian public offer yesterday. Yeah, I mean that could be a good thing, So you never quite know how in the end those are going to be received. Yeah, VVOS VVOS. Very. What did I say about VVOS this morning? Oh, very volatile, high frequency trading only. LGVN, I haven't looked at. Let me take a look at that. Market's opening in 4 minutes. LGVN. No, it's just terrible. If you go back and you look at every day prior to today, just terrible. Terrible volume is like number one first disqualifier. And then the price action, just ugly as fuck. I mean, just terrible. Yeah. It's not even a question. Like you need to get to the point where you don't even ask about that stock. It's just terrible. We want to, find good stuff here. And nope, that's not good. But thank you, Richard. Richard Cranium. All right, the market's having a leg up right now in pre-market. Just before the open, we got what, 3 minutes or something before the open. Yeah, 3 minutes before the open, the market's kind of coming off of this little bottom move that it made on the negative jobs reaction. Jobs numbers. There's going to be more jobs numbers tomorrow. Payrolls and unemployment information. AFRM, yeah, I could check on that. But we only got like 3 minutes here, so let me just look at it on the other system here and tell you. No, it looks terrible. All right, stay away from it. And it's not a short either. All right, we got 2.5 minutes, less than 2.5 minutes before the market opens. And we're watching Grom for a 1 minute opening range move. And you could say the same about ICCM. And those could be for intraday trades and or holdovers for swing trading if they hold up. The market itself moving up, making a very strong move right now, right before the open, back to where it started from before the economic numbers were released this morning. Yeah, Pixie, we're in Pixie. We're already in it. That was an alerted trade, Richard. We're already in it. That was an alerted trade yesterday or the day before. The day before that, let me see. Few trades. Monday. We got in Pixie on Monday, and it's looking really good. The Grom in point, you'd want to, if it could break pre-market high at 239, would be fine. But more so if you just wait 1 minute right at the open, and then if it breaks the top of the minute, that could be an entry. But either way, I mean, it could zoom right out of the gate. So a 239, 240 break, certainly pre-market high of 254, a break of that. I mean, any of those levels are all good pivot point breaks. All right, we have 1 minute and 1 second to go. Here we go. And I would put the stop on Grom at either the 1 minute low when the market opens, or worst case scenario 208, and that's where you could size your risk to as well. There's going to be more interesting, alerts at the end of the day in our group through the alerts channel. If you like the stream out there, click the share button. Thank you very much. That's what keeps us going. I don't know where that is. Here, there, it's somewhere down there. A little bit off to this region. Okay, here we go. Market opening. Now, if we can get the market over 360.50, that'd be great. All right, we're watching Grom for that 60-second opening range. And if it can break 238 and hit 239, that's also a pivot point pre-market shelf entry. Tesla breaking down, not liking the move on Tesla. I'm just going to liquidate my position, I believe, if it doesn't turn around in about 30 seconds. Okay, it turned around. Yes, that's why you got to wait 60 seconds at the open. I mean, these are so volatile. Yeah, Pixie's not doing much yet, but we like Pixie. We like Pixie a lot. We're in it. We're also in Meta as of yesterday. And then there goes Tesla with the 60 seconds has transpired, and Tesla with the breakdown, which I'm going to read as a breakdown. So I'm going to go ahead and exit my position now. You don't have to. The stop can be at yesterday's low if you got in for a swing trade. But, this market's real crappy. And I just would rather preserve capital and be hyper defensive than trying to risk really wide stops on multiple positions. So Tesla could still do well. The market could do well, but I got out. And here it is actually reclaiming fully. So that could be an entry on Tesla right there. That's an entry on Tesla when it breaks the 1 minute high like that. And it also broke some inner pivot shelf levels. So that's an entry, but you put the low, stop at the low of the open market, which is 259 roughly. And that'd be for either a day trade or to be a partial entry into a swing trade that you could add to midday and end of day if you continue to get confirmation. And or you could get it all right now. But remember, probabilities are lower at the beginning of the day. Also, we're in Sphere. That was alerted, the new venue Sphere. The ticker is SPHR. And apparently it's wildly successful and like the hottest venue on earth right now. And you can invest in it, SPHR. Oh, there goes Grom, everybody. Grom broke. Okay, that's the entry on Grom. And it's probably going to halt now. It's breaking all those levels I talked about. It broke 1, 2, 3, 4 pre-market levels, including the pre-market high, in one swift move. All right, who got it? Because it's probably going to end up halting. I mean, that is a hell of a move. Demand definitely overtaking supply. The float, 115,000 shares float. So like, there's not even any trades. It's going to end up being locked out. You're either in or you're not in, or you're never getting in. In at 225. Yeah, that's nice. Good job. Was that the 1 minute breakout? That's good, Richard. And now what you want to be doing is you want to sell like 5% here and there. You just want to start chucking shares. In fact, this move could be it. You could just flip it. That's it. You could just take it all right there. That's another option. There's nothing wrong with that. And then just wait for another moment like that. But otherwise, you can ladder it, is what it's called. You just take multiple exits. Oh, good job, Richard. You played it perfectly then. Way to go. You're reminding me of our star member, RJ. Well, Tesla's doing great. Tesla is doing wonderful. And hopefully some of you got back in or maybe didn't exit when I exited. Good on you. That was good stuff. Who's in that Tesla swing? Hopefully some of you, so I can live vicariously through you. Who got Grom? How do you not get Grom? It's like the #1 pick this morning. You guys waiting for me to change your diapers too? Marcus is in. Good. Good job. Which one? Tesla or Grom? All right, we are at the 5 minute point on the market. And the market's holding up okay. Both. Wow, way to go. Making me proud, Marcus. Excelente. If the market can just get above 360.50, that'd be a wonderful positive sign on the market. I think it wants to. I think it's going to. It's just a matter of time. Coin is moving, says somebody. And yeah, Bitcoin is moving. Crypto. Gold is also moving. This is odd. Everything is moving. Staples and defensives are going sideways, but just about everything else is rising. So we're getting basically a rising tide today, but in everything. So then where the hell is it coming from? Looks like defensives. Looks like everyone's planting capital here. Okay. It's about 50% more return if you use TSLL when you're trading Tesla. TSLL. Got in Grom, CR7 says at 220 and got out at 260. Perfect. That's an absolutely perfect trade. Well done. Let's see. 67. All right. Sphere continues to be a little bit of a rough takeoff. You probably could get, multiple entries at some decent prices over the next month. So what I was saying was TSLL is the ETF, which has a 50% more return than Tesla. It's also 50% more loss. Just remember that. There's 50% more leverage. All right, Grom's starting to pick up again. So potentially here's another trade on Grom. ICCM just failing out. Ooh, the market with a pretty strong downward move, and it looks like it's going to break the opening low on the market. That's not good. That could be a reversal. Yeah, there it is. Broke. So that could send Tesla also down to its lows and anything else. So just be defensive. Be careful. Apple's doing fine, though. Apple's holding up, and it's a big part of the Qs. Yeah, we're definitely seeing some fade, some bleeding out from that high there. A little too strong, Lee. It's not really a smooth pullback. It's pretty strong. So I think that was meant to trap. It looks like a trapping move. And I think possibly trapped long. So I'd be careful because there could be a couple of rip downs and there could be some movement in the other direction up, in favor of your trade just to keep you in. But I think you just got hooked by the fishing pole, by a shiny lure, and you're getting reeled in. Be careful. I mean, the bait, good looking, shiny bait's always out there. And you never know. That's why you got to manage your trade is where you make all your money. How well you can minimize your losses is step one. Can't get past minimizing your losses, you'll never get to step two. So the SP 500 holding up a little better than the Qs. So growth is really coming under fire here. And I imagine that's going to cause staples now to pick up. Defensives. We would see that in the form of gold holding and rising. Utilities, consumer staples, healthcare. Healthcare is flying. Healthcare is doing fine. But yeah, communications and growth bleeding out a bit. Value, is also bleeding out. So it's mostly going into defensives now. So 5 minutes later, the story goes the other way. And the day's not looking so hot anymore. This could turn out to be that kind of a day where you just have a fake out followed by a fake down, followed by a fake out, range expansion kind of days are high volatility days, just chop. We're at almost 19 on the VIX. We've been tapping 19 on the VIX. There goes Grom. Yeah, Grom's moving. Like I said before, it looked like Grom was picking up at 252. Maybe you got some more. And it looks like that's the move. Boom, bam, boom, boom. There it is, hit 278, and that's it. So that you don't wait. So go ahead and take that profit there. And again, I mean, if you can day trade, if you can unlimited go back and forth. Thank you for the whatever that was there, Pettyway. Thank you. Pettyway. Yeah, I think I read that right. Thanks. Well, we are almost 15 minutes into the market. Grom is doing good. Grom is a good fishy, to continue with the analogy. So let's move back into the group now. That seems to be where we are on the market. We've got it all figured out and wrapped around our finger and are on top of the opportunities. Let's move back into the group now. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you click link, like, follow in the link in my bio. Come join us. Let's get into the group. Let's go. Have a good one, everybody. Make sure you follow to see me tomorrow. All right.